Hi everyone. So I had another question come to me as part of the Ask Kara series, where somebody wanted to know about incorporating faces into henna designs. A lot of times in India, you'll see designs that are really fancy but might have the face of like a bride and a groom incorporated into the design. And so for this design, I'm just going to do a diamond. For doing the face, I usually start with the nose. And I'll show you, it's just a really simple kind of up to the eyes, and then I'll do kind of down to the veil. For the mouth, I'm doing a heart that's on its side. So it's actually like her lips are a heart. And I'm filling them in. And then I'll do her chin going back up. And then I might do a neck coming down. And then I'll look at the eye and I'll do a really simple eye. Just looking forward. And then I'm going to kind of complete out this like it's a veil she's wearing on her head. And I might do something to kind of mask that line I already put in there by designing. So I continued that line that was already in there and made a double line of it. And now I'm doing some swirls in there. I might do a swirl on the other side of the line with some flower petals. And then I might do something, to fill in the face a little more, an eyebrow. I might do some eyelashes. I might do a circle on her cheek. I might put something of an ear in here and do a big earring. I might even do a nose ring off the nose. I might also do something like she's wearing a necklace. And then from the diamond, I'm just going to continue doing sort of like a flower petal at each corner of the diamond, like a pointed flower petal. And then I'm going to connect those flower petals with just rounded frills between each thing. So that's going to outline my diamond. I might do circles off of each of the pointed flower tips from these. And you'll see that the pattern starts to look intricate because you're repeating really basic things, though. I'm going to do sort of a U-shaped, it goes up and dips in and comes out, kind of flower petal off of this. Sort of a roundy M. I'm going to do that off of all of them. And then I might do, paisleys for what is the space in between these flowers. So I'll start with the curlicue at the top of the paisley here, and I'll do the body of the paisley off of this one. And I'll probably continue that swirl in the same direction. So I'll start with the swirl again there, and the body of the paisley here. And the swirl here, and the body of the paisley here. Sometimes I will do this to kind of split the paisley up. I will start with a line at the very tip of the paisley and then bring it out. And then I would probably do a similar kind of fill-in for all of these to keep the design coherent. And so I might do just swirlies in the outer spaces. So I've created an inner space in each of these paisleys. And then in the outer spaces, I might fill in with swirls. So And you've got something pretty fancy. Now I've got the center pieces of each of these paisleys to work with. If I'm liking the white space, sometimes that looks really interesting to just have a lot of white space kind of framing the face. I might leave it. I will continue to fill in this design, doing things. I might do things off of the curve of each of these paisleys. So let me try to show you how I would do that. So I'm following the curve of the paisley coming up, and I'm going to do the swirl in the other direction. So let me show you that again. I'm going to follow the curve of the paisley, and I'm going to make the swirl go in the other direction. And I'll do that for each of them. And I might continue to play with this leaf pattern of these flowers by filling in these sort of vines with the swirls that go in the opposite direction off of each of these. So the way I would do that is I'm starting from the line itself, and I'm coming out, and then I'm doing my M, my roundy M, back into the line. So I'm going out for the line, round the M, into the line, out for the line, roundy M, into the line, out, in. And you'll see I'm kind of making these progressively smaller as I go up the swirl. It just gives it sort of like a dimension to it that it fades out. I'm going to do that on each of these. I might, at that point, start to fill in some of the small spaces with things. One of the shapes I like to use a lot is sort of an upside down teardrop. And so it's basically, I'm starting at the tip of the teardrop, and then I'm going out and making the teardrop shape, and I'm pulling the teardrop back into itself. So it's actually sort of a paisley teardrop, and I'll probably fill it in. And then I'll probably do another one next to it, but it's bigger. And again, starting at the tip and going out, making the paisley, the round part of the tear, and pulling back in. And then I'm going to do one more, but I'm going to do it in the other direction. I'm going to start at the tip. I'm going to go out and make the round teardrop part, and I'm going to pull it into itself so that it looks like a paisley. Okay. So there's what we've got. I'm going to start with this one, and you'll see I'm starting at the base of it, and I'm just going to pull out. I'm just going to kind of set my pen down. I'd be sort of setting the henna cone down to drop a little bit of henna there, and then I'm going to lift up and pull out so that it becomes just a line that illustrates, becomes like a vein in the leaf. It's a really delicate line. And I'll do that even up to the little one. And I'm going to do that to all of them. Okay, there we go. And then I'm probably going to start to sort of pull out the design a little bit. So I'm going to start with this one. Let's see if I can get this in here. I'm going to start with a dot that's kind of big and fill it in. And then I'm going to do another one that's a little smaller, 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 till finally I'm just touching the tip of my pen or the tip of the henna cone off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to as many of them as feel right to me. So you can see it's starting to fill in. Of course, you know, as you're doing this, you can keep adding more detail, making it as big as you want it to be. When you're working with a henna cone on skin, of course, you're dealing with the contours of the skin, so you may find that while this part is the middle of the hand, you're actually making one of these trails go up one of the fingers, and you're making this trail go down the wrist. This may be wrapping around to the front of the hand. This may be wrapping around to the thumb. You know, you'll work with it as you start to get used to the 3 dimensions of skin and how it moves around and where to wrap things. But that's a basic start for doing a wedding design that has a henna face in it.